It's me, Erik Braa. Uh, for anybody that's here, you probably saw something this morning, and I announced that we were going to be doing a sign. So I was here to do my signing, and sadly, there was a slight mix-up with Streamily, and I had not gotten my prints. And there is at least 4 or 5 people that have already ordered something, and so I want to first. It was a mix up. It was just like communication broke down, and sadly that's what it came to. But I'm very excited about this, and so what I want to do is like the mea culpa right from the beginning and say like I'm really sorry that the prints aren't here. I would like to do something special for you because you people were ones that ordered stuff. So if you're somebody who ordered, I don't want to what is it, dox people? I don't want. But Maddie, Kitty, Yuko, Riley, and Nico. I hope it's okay that I used your first names. Hey, G Dub, how you doing, buddy? By the way, G Dub, a friend of mine from Fabled 42, and we were just actually talking about there's going to be a charity stream for St. Jude's coming up this month. So there's their channel. So you can go and follow them, and you'll get to know all about what's happening over there. St. Jude's is a wonderful charity, and it's going to be a one-shot D&D game live on stream. So I hope anybody who's interested can come by and do that. But because some people just joined, I want to make sure that I get this out right off the bat. And again, thank you all of you for the follows. I just shit blew up for me a second ago here. I was like, whoa, what happened? So thank you all very much. Death by Stu Stu, hello. By the way, Death by Stu Stu normally on my Tuesday and Thursday night streams because we do the broadcast happy hour where we hang out, and that's why you'll see the logos around me. We hang out and chat and usually have a beverage. Today is a Pliny of the Elder beer, IPA. Okay, so again, I just want to stress, super sorry to Demonics, Cartoon Kitty, again, all of you that came, Katie List, Catalyst Designs. If you are not, somebody who went to Streamily and bought a print or whatever, I promise you it's coming this month because we're going to have another signing. We're supposed to have a big cast signing on the 25th. And I'm open to doing a separate one if anybody wants to, have just their stuff signed by just me with nobody else. But it's fine. I mean, the whole cast will be there, so you can probably get more stuff. But again, those of you that ordered something and you're not seeing me sign it right now today, please whisper me or DM me or join into my Discord. I should probably know how to send you there. Oh, crap. I'll figure out how to get that for you. But I really I want to do something special for you. So please whisper me or DM me somehow. Any of my stuff, any of my socials, ErockVO in Insta, Erik Braa for Twitch, for many things at Erik Braa or ErockVO. Thank you so much for saying that, Cartoon Kitty and Callus Designs. I really appreciate that. I do have a couple things that I know that people requested to hear me say. And I'm not sure who asked for this one, but first, hello, Wally. Goodbye, Wally. Try not to die. And then somebody asked for, hello, I'm Porter. I work at a shop now. Here to help. Look, they gave me a badge with my name on it in case I forgot it. Very helpful, as that does happen. Bye, Bubby. And of course to Maddie, Madison. I'm not gonna. Anyway, Maddie, I think it suits you rather well, actually. Bye, Maddie. Don't die. And of course, all of you, I want you to try not to die. Love you very much, and I appreciate all the love that you guys are sending my way. And so again, please message me directly, and let's see if I can't sweeten the pot on what you've already purchased. I'd like to do something special for you. Most likely a t-shirt. So you'll have to pick a shirt and a design and a size, and then I will make sure that one gets to you. Happy birthday to me. Oh, well, of course. I was Pot's cake. All right. I like Pot's cake. All right. Well, happy birthday. If you're a fan of Draven, happy birthday, buddy. Uh, or we could do it in Ori speak with oonda booda boo. Ooh, Pot's cake. Um, hey, Kurt, how you doing? Again, I was doing a live streaming, but unfortunately, there was a little mix-up with Streamily, so I didn't get all my prints. So I do have an old thing that I used to take to events on occasion, and I have my friend Death by Snoo Snoo, who's in the chat right now, and expressed the desire to get something signed, and I said okay, sure, but then realized I don't really have anything to sign, so I grabbed this old thing. This is an event card that on occasion, if you saw me at a con, you might have me sign this. So I'm going to sign this for you. And that way, at least I'm signing something on a stream about signing. So this is a brand new pen. So it's going to take me a second to probably get it going. I think you have to do that for a while. Yes, just for you, Death by Stu. I'm going to try to make sure I get everybody's comments. Again, I'm not the best at this streaming. I mean, trying to run it and talk it's a lot easier when I was doing it with Will's thing, where it was like, oh yeah, you can just tune in and hang out, you'll be fine. So I'm gonna see if I can get this blue pen going. I'm sure I have a silver one somewhere, but I kind of like the blue. I think it'd be fun. So we're gonna work on that guy for a while. Maybe the pen is so old it's just dry already. I don't know how that could be. It's sealed, right? Anyway, okay. So this morning was super fun. The cast is fantastic. Lauren Singer, I know that maybe that's the only person you've heard about. She's really, really nice, and went honestly like out of her way, along with the Aarons, both Aarons, the girl Erin and the guy Aaron London, who is Aaron. Aaron London is Sammy, and Sammy's just killer. Nice people, really nice. I had such a great time hanging out with everybody this morning. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be great. So anyway, let me sign this here. But get a chat if you guys want me to do say something. I'll do what I can. I also, I have to, my thanks, of course, to Meatly and the entire Bendy crew. Really, really cool people. And I can say nothing but kind things about them because really cool. And honestly, it wasn't even like an official like Meatly thing today. It was just, that was just like, all the cast wants to get together, and a lot of it, again, Lauren and Aaron did such a great job. They've kept all of us in the loop. Streamily reached out, we made our stores, but it just, things happen. So the store is open if you aren't somebody who has purchased something, and I can guarantee you that by the 25th of February, you will see this thing signed live. For Death by Stu, anyway, I put Try Not to Die, but then I realized that's probably not really fitting because you like other characters as well. But anyway, and if you don't know me from, you can I can read you to sleep tonight if you have the Calm app. I am on the Calm app as a sleep narrator, so you can go check me out there. You can check out all my stuff at my website. I'm gonna try to get this in. And by the way, yes, Mad Hatterson, hello, or Hatterison, yeah, hello. Thanks for stopping by. You guys are freaking great, man. That was really, really now. What's Cartoon Kitty? What's happening? What? Again, like I said, some of you, I think, did purchase something. So please make sure you DM me, whisper me, or something, or reach out in some way, because yeah, it's also Facebook, I think, all that stuff. Just find me on there and send me a message. I want to sweeten the pot, like I said. And hey, buddy, how you doing? Little bendy guy. But yeah, I want to take care of you guys as much as possible. And so I think this is the right command. I'm really bad at this. I am really bad at it. Yes, I am on the Com app. I also have my own that I do. Where's my? I have to find my list of commands. Sorry, guys. Um, I do my own sleep stories with like classics, like Dickens and stuff like that. I read like the first chapter or two. Most people are asleep by then. Um, but you can have me read you to sleep, and it is just my normal voice. There's no characters, although there is a kids one called Cotton Dreambeard, and he's a character. I'll tell you that much. So you guys can always check that out, and it is called the Sleepy Time Broadcast, and I know I have a code for that one. I think. So let me it is out there on pretty much any platform you get your podcast. So if you're somebody who's into that, I know that a lot of you are Bendy people, so you don't really care about this, but I just figured I'd mention it. And go check it out. Tell your friends, and we can all get a good night's sleep. Isn't that important? It's got to be important, right? I think so. I will, of course, shout out all my freaking cool sponsor people. And somebody I actually called out on during the stream is Griffin Co. They're Griffin Co. They have a discount code and everything if you guys want to go there. If you're into D&D, I don't know. I mean, I know that Jason Charles Miller is big time D&D guy. I mean, he's well known and does like big stuff, like in castles and all kinds of crazy stuff, and knows like the Gygax, the son of Gary and all that. Oh yeah, they all hang out. They're really cool. Awesome. Thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. You hear them and more. Oh, okay. Well, great then. Yeah, I like I said, I do the sleep stories on Com, where I have the Sleepy Time broadcast, which you can check out. Thank you, Cartoon Kitty. I appreciate you guys. I really do appreciate the love that you guys throw, man. And like I said, please message me and I will get you a little something extra, because I feel bad about how that all went down. And it was just, like I said, bad communication with me and Streamily and the crew and all of it. So, and I was the one that was like, oh, I'll do a separate sighting and show up to that thing. And so, yeah, it kind of, maybe who knows, maybe I'm the villain here. But anyway, I appreciate y'all coming by. Oh, thank you. Dropping some biddies even. Look at you. Thanks for the bits. I appreciate it very much. And I hope all of you... Oh, I didn't even put my alert box on this side. I have to... Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm so bad at this. I did not even do that. And if I switch over right now, it's going to like mess up everything. So let me see if I can add it into this actual stream so that you guys can see what's happening when people are following and subscribing and whatnot. So, yeah. I don't know when that'll work or how that works. I'm terrible at this. I really am. But I love you guys, and I appreciate you all for coming by. If you guys have quotes, things you want said, go ahead and throw them in there. Why not? We're 15 minutes in, and I'm already like, okay, I think I'm getting boring at this point. Yeah, we are getting another one in, which will be nice. I agree. So that'll be February 25th, I believe. Probably sometime like 2 p.m. Pacific or something. I don't really know what the what it'll be, but so yeah. They are the cast is extremely talented, man. I don't even it's they're really good people. And Sean, like the Ink Demon voice and stuff like that. I'm hearing what he's doing, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about it. You know what I mean? Like that was a good way to go with it, with the that kind of stuff. That was really neat. So yes, can't wait for it either. And then of course, like I said, if I sign these things on that, or if I sign them with you guys, oh well, just for you, little lady, I'll do a little bit of Warbird. Just just make it happen. That's all. But yeah, there you go. There's my Warburton. I'm into that. Yes, thank you. Well, it's funny too, because he has like 3 different modes, right? Like him as Putty to listen, Elaine, it's not working out. And then there's like Brock Sampson, like, Doc, you got to take care of the kids. What are you doing, Brock Sampson? And of course, Crunk is my favorite, really, because that's even more cracky and all over the place. I love that stuff. It makes me crack up. Ugh, that is. What is my range? I don't know. I do. Actually, I have a little character that I'm. Oh man, tell me one of you people is one of you viewers right now is somebody who can run a studio or get a project greenlit. I have a project I worked on for years ago, and my friend, who's the guy who's behind it all, he's working on trying to get it finished, and he's got like a good trailer going and stuff, but it's different. It's like, Shaolin Temple kind of stuff, and it's really cool. It's about a little kid, sort of doing his journey, and I love it. And it's called The White Tiger Legend. There is a book, audiobook done by me actually, and then there is other stuff out there. By the way, if you're an Audible person, since you mentioned it's okay to talk about other things that I do, if you're an Audible person, you can find me on there doing a book series that's Hard Boiled Magic Detective. Super cool, fun, short. They're like just over 4 hours a piece. They're super fun, and they're my friend T.W. Allen writes it. I think the name didn't change on the first book, but you'll if you search by me, you'll find me on Audible if that's something you guys are interested, or other audiobook platforms. I don't know which one is. All of them are. I mean, it feels like Audible just sort of took over, so I don't know. But yes. Anyway, White Tiger. I hope that it ever gets finished. I can tell you that I do a character in there, and the reason I brought this up was he's listen, he's a little tiny grasshopper, and his name is Bok Choy. Wow, you're talking to a regular kung fu master. He's sort of the comic relief of the film, and I hope it gets finished at some point. Boy, he's been working on it for like 10 years. But I mean, honestly, if any of you know about animation and stuff, it can take so long to do it. But the reason I brought it up was that there's the high, the guys up here, that kind of stuff. And then I probably get hired more just because it's down here kicking some butt, that kind of thing. So I don't know. I try to go all over the place. I love Porter so much. Thank you. And thank you. Were you? I think you bought something and said something similar in the Streamily. So I want to thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And I love Porter. And he's not on screen very long, but he's really fun. And instantly I was like, oh, please tell me this character's coming back if you guys do another game or something, because I just got to do more with him. He's super. Don't die, Bobby. I love him. I think he's so funny. But yeah, there you go. That's wow. I just dumped a whole bunch of stuff on you guys, and I have links for stuff. I think. Let me try to find some stuff. Oh, there it is. It's E-Rock, I guess. If you just do that. So yes, let me type that one in so that you guys can go to my website and check out anything you feel like looking at there. I appreciate it. Yes, I love Twitch, man. I do it again. Like I said, normally it is Tuesdays and Thursday nights, my time, so Pacific again, 6 p.m. But yeah, exactly. The Wii. Oh man, he's just so fun. Porter's such a sweet character, man. He starts out like you're like, oh, is he gonna be a bad guy? And then he turns around, and he's like, oh, thank you for your help. I loved it, and it's great that he gives the gift of flow, which I was like, oh, I wish I was a rapper. I wish I was a better rapper, and I could say, yes, I give the gift of flow. So yeah, that's not gonna happen. And yes, my Mandarin is exactly Fan Yu, not good at all. But I do love Porter, and he's just obviously, I think we can all admit it's got a definitely an influence would be Pooh. The Pooh Bear, and because that's kind of where it was like you start down here like you're gonna do Pooh Bear. Oh, my tummy's all rumbly tumbly, and then I just made him like pulled him back just a little, and then gave him moments where he could get really loud and be cool, right? We're cool, right? But then I thought it was kind of funny that he gets almost dismissive, and he's like, oh, no, I'll call you Bobby. It suits you better. Bye, Bobby. I think I love the writing. I thought it was really funny, and it did make him like a sweet character and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you. The Ambassador. Oh gosh, I'll tell you again, the artwork also that you guys are buying on the Streamily thing. They they did such a great job. Wissam. I know I'm gonna get it wrong, so I'm so sorry, but I know it's their art, and I've lost it somewhere. It's supposed to be on this thing, but anyway, uh, I was thrilled, and they offered it up, and I was like, yes, cool. We have something to share for Porter, so yay! You can also check out my 3 Pound Magician group. We are working on little projects here and there. Um, we also did a podcast audio drama series called Clarion Dawn, and it's out there where you find podcasts. It's it's pretty fun. Like, okay, it's an interesting ride. Let me just say that. I play Kenneth Anderson, who's on a ship on his way to Mars, and things start to unravel a little. GW, who's in chat, he actually was one of the characters, and then Death by Snoo in the chat was Voice, who was like my like implanted computer kind of thing that she talks to me all the time. She's always with me, so kind of fun. We had a great time doing it. Great time doing it. I've got to put her print. Wait, what? How is it so much? Oh, is there? There's probably a bunch of shipping and stuff. Oh, I'm sorry about that. They sort of set it all up, so I don't know what more to. Yeah. Anyway, yes, G Dub Rocket. Let's fly that Clarion Dawn. It was a fun series, and people have already asked if we're ever going to do more of them. And we lost one of our key members who does a lot of the audio and music and stuff. And so we were like, oh, what are we going to do now? Because we had a whole other. I think I have 3 episodes like recorded as far as like dialogue and stuff of one called Wobble, but we haven't been able to get it finished because we've lost part of our team. So we're eventually going to fill that in, and then we'll get back to work and get some more audio drama stuff out there because it's fun. I like a good story, and I am a huge fan of the human voice, obviously. So I've always loved it. Like I wanted to do radio when I was younger, and I went to a radio school and all that. But unfortunately, when I was coming out, it was like they were like, yeah, it's all being bought by these giant conglomerates. You know what I mean? The clear channels and this and that. So you didn't get to have the same experience. Like my mentor, Terry McGovern, was the guy who did Launchpad McQuack in the original DuckTales. And so, there's an appreciation, and we was like, oh, man. And he did radio. He was a morning DJ in the Bay Area. And so I love him dearly. But he agreed. It was like, yep, it's all... it's getting bought up. So it kind of lost some of the character that used to be. I mean, now there's people that are great. And obviously there's Howard Sterns and people like that and anybody else. But I loved radio, yeah, and I always wanted to do it, but it just didn't quite work out for me. And I ended up in video game work. And I worked behind the scenes in video games. I did testing, some producing, some design. And I would do voices on the side. And then... Sorry, I'm just giving you guys my whole spiel. And then I met. I had a friend introduce me to Terry, and once we started talking, that was it. I was like, I want this more than anything now, and and I'd already done a couple of games just because somebody would be like, oh, hey, because I knew some producers like sort of on a personal level. So when they had something that they weren't going to hire like a big voice actor to do, they'd say like, yeah, sure, you can go be the minions or something. So I would go and be these guys that get beat up really easily for the sake of the game. So yeah, that was fun times. But yeah, once I met Terry, I started doing the acting class, and it's like everybody always asks me like, oh, what do you, how do you get into it? And I'm like, well, acting classes are a real good start because you're voice acting. So. What people always forget, they go, oh, you're not a regular actor, you're a voice. I'm like, well, I'm a regular actor. On occasion you'll see me on camera, but yes, mostly it's voice. And yeah. But I like I said, then my job laid me off because they were going under, and at that point I was getting gigs, so I was like, oh, I guess this is what I'm doing now. And it was a rough road at first for sure, because you're constantly hustling trying to make your rent and feed yourself. But things have progressed to the point where now yeah, I do okay. I'm not rich or anything like that, and uh, all that stuff. But yeah. Oh, you're out. Okay. Good night, Onyx. Good night. Try not to die. We want you back some end of the month. Get your print. Um, but yes, again, Maddie, Kitty, Yuko, Riley, Nico, I appreciate all of you and want to get you your print as soon as possible, and I will, but probably at the end of the month. But again, please message me. Again, whisper, DMs, whatever you can do to get through to me. Please reach out because I want to make it up to you guys. I really appreciate you guys doing this. And honestly, I want to thank everybody who followed today. I'm blown away, utterly blown away. Oh, well, okay, so EROCKVO is EROCKVO on Insta. And I think that one, and Facebook, I think is roughly the same thing, or just Erik Braa. But I think you can use like the messenger stuff like that, even if you don't know me, and you just reach out to me and tell me who you are, and I'll make sure that because I'll have to get your info to send you something. So I don't know. Let's make sure it's private so that we're not giving your address away to anybody. And if that's okay with you, that I have an address to send it to, or if you have a PO box or something like that, let me know to make it easier and not infringe on your privacy, anonymity, whatnot. So yeah. But yes, Cartoon Kitty, reach out on Facebook or Insta or something like that. I know I've gotten like requested chats or whatever. So I know you can do it. So please reach out, and we'll get you. I'll get your info, and I'll try to, like I said, sweeten the deal here for you, because I think that would be cool. There's even a onesie for those of you that are parents. And it's all found at Blaspheme Boutique. So what you'll do is you'll probably, hey, look at that, we got another follower. So let me put Blast in here. There we go. They have, if you search for Erik Braa at Blaspheme Boutique, you'll find a page of shirts and things like that. And so go check it out. Hey, Existential, how are you, buddy? I'm glad that you're on the mend. I'm very happy to hear that you are getting better, and I imagine you're probably streaming pretty soon, or are you starting today? Or I'm glad to hear it. G-Dubs, throwing the love you. But yeah, there you go, guys. I have just spilling my beans here, my 2 cents. But again, I appreciate all of you doing it, and again, the Streamily store will be open. I don't know. I'm not totally sure how to make this work, because I'm gonna do again on the 25th, and we're gonna have, I'll have all the prints by then, and so then I'll be able to sign them for you. But like I said, if you've already ordered one, I want to make it up to you. Please DM me. Okay, sorry, I've said that so many times, but I just want to make sure, because I keep seeing numbers go in and out, so I want to make sure that you guys that ordered something and were expecting to be here watching me sign it understand that I'm going to fix that. Better we spill the beans than the bacon soup. Yes. Yeah. What was that earlier? Like somebody was going on about bacon soup and other kinds of stuff. Oh, that was hilarious. What a great cast. They're so talented, and honestly, like I think we all love Ink Demon, right? That dude, oof, that is good stuff. Yes. Oh, it's so good. I love it. And I loved other people doing other characters in it. I thought that was hysterical. Oh, well, thank you. I mean, you have a great soul because you can recognize that. I mean, honestly, Lauren Singer, I can't sing her praises loud enough, because, she's been tight with Meatly, obviously, because they did the first one together. And then, as she was doing her casting, she's reaching out to Lonnie, who has a great talent pool. Many of those people that you saw today were in that same little sort of talent pool for Lonnie and her company, Audio Gods. So you're lucky to get an audition. Like it's not like I didn't get it through an agent or anything. I got this because of this connection and these people and just the audition. I mean, I didn't get the gig that way. I auditioned and luckily I was picked. So I'm very happy about that. And that's the case with all gigs, honestly. I'm glad you guys thought we were funny because it was. They're very talented people that do, obviously more than just a voice that you've heard in Bendy. Maybe they have other things. So like it's really fun to sit there and work with actors that they're into it too, and they love changing their voice and doing funny things. It's really fun, and I know that there's people out there that probably are like, oh, I want to get into that. Again, it's not easy, but yeah, I mean, you should absolutely try, and you should do some acting classes and get involved. Like it's fun. I really, they are a very kind group. Cool. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Dave voiced Frogger at one point. Yeah, it is. It is pretty incredible. Revis has been around. He's a really good guy. He's actually, that was the funny thing, is he was backstage of the theater that he was about to do. They were doing tech rehearsals and stuff like that for a show that he's working on for stage and theater. So it was kind of funny that he kept like popping in and out, and then we would all be like, yeah, and he would start laughing. Then he's like, ooh, he's being too loud. So it was hilarious. Yeah, it was crazy. Oh, thank you, Cartoon Kitty. Yeah, yeah, it is super fun. You get to play, like I said, acting workshops, acting classes, that kind of stuff is a good start. There are people that, well, okay, yes. Apparently, there is some classes that I'm beginning to teach now. I have one coming up next weekend, which is called Funny Money. It's over at Voice Tracks SF or Voice Tracks. Yeah, I think it's Voice Tracks SF, and it's VoiceTrax.com, or maybe even SF.com. Anyway, they're really nice. Samantha Paris runs the school, and I will be doing Funny Money, which is all about humorous commercials and ways that we do voiceover and do things funny, working on our comedic timing and things like that. So, yeah, it's super, super fun. And yes, I'll be doing that, but there's going to be somebody near you, no matter where you are. I understand some people might be rural or in, whatever, but if you look for like, voiceover class or something, there's probably something in your area at some point. You know what I mean? I don't know how often, I don't know, and I don't know who's teaching, but I can say that getting in and doing it and actually like, practicing it, like actual doing it. I always bring up the Malcolm Gladwell thing of, the 10,000 hours. I'm sure you've all heard it. You do something for 10,000 hours and you're basically getting to a journeyman level. And, that's 10,000 gigs really. Some gigs are more than 1 hour. So you get to cheat that way, but it's, yeah, once you've been doing it for a while, it really kind of like makes it more, I'm primarily a streamer and a filmmaker. Well, you let me know when you're doing some, film. But yeah, voice acting, it's awesome. It's fun. And it really depends. Some people just do like commercial work and they're just an average, you know what I mean? When they'll say like, oh, we want somebody non-threatening, but this sort of whatever. And they'll give you like, they could be whatever, gender, race, whatever, all that. And so you get the opportunity. And some people just have interesting voices. Some people just sound interesting when they talk generally. And then there's other people like me that want to do weird, strange characters or things like that. Again, I always bring up the D&D just because, like, when you play D&D, you get to be like, if you're the DM, you get to be all the NPCs, or if you're a player, you get to be your character. And it makes it. What we should do is straight up a free VO class right now. Is anybody? If you're a VO actor or wannabe, I'll give you these little. Actually, it's broken up into 12 things, but I'm going to tell you like a couple of them sort of overlap. But practice does make perfect. Like the more you do it, it's just like I'm sorry, it's Sija or Siha or Keha. Anyway, when you're doing this kind of stuff, it's something that you need to keep in mind is, CJ. Okay, there you go. Is again the acting chops, things like that. And for anybody who's just tuning in, I'm straight up just gonna do a quick a VO class, and then I'll probably wrap it up somewhere around 5 or something like that, because I don't think anybody needs to listen to me prattle on for too long. But strong acting chops, that's a huge part of it. You got to have a huge imagination. I mean, obviously, if you're going to be an alien on a different planet, you probably need to imagine what that is, and you have to reinstate your sort of childlike love for, creating things. I used to have Hot Wheels, and every car had a different voice because, that's what the driver sounded like. So huge imagination, fearless bravery, and it means that you don't get embarrassed, even though you're dealing with this character that is pretty damn dumb. I have to be comfortable knowing that I'm doing it, and you're watching me do this stupid face when I'm doing it. So I have to get comfortable. So anyway, fearless bravery. You just do it, and this also connects to, again, a healthy confidence, which is the next one. Which is, let yourself experiment, be vulnerable, but don't worry about self-judgment, self-censorship. They're your enemies. They destroy creativity. So you need to have a confidence about what you're doing. And, I have a friend who does like art projects and crafty things and never gives themselves enough credit. They're wonderful. Like the things I'm always like, oh, that's so great. And they're like, it's a little thing I do. I'm like, no. That's an awesome thing that you do. So have some confidence and don't judge yourself too hard, And a lot of people, we're all like that, I'm sure, because I do it too. But anyway, have a healthy respect for voyeurism, which means you'll be watched. Like many people will be looking through a glass window into a booth at you, or maybe they have a camera in the booth and there's people virtually watching you. But you have to respect the voyeurism and obviously healthy. We're not talking about being a creep, but create these characters. Create a smorgasbord of characters. Create colors, sizes, creatures, worlds, create it all, and yeah, like come up with these different things. Some people create like a Excel spreadsheet of like, hey, Frisky, how are you doing? Some people have like a spreadsheet of like voices they do, and they number them, and they go like, oh, that's a number 25, it's this guy over here, or you just, I don't know, or you name them. You can say like, oh, that's a Jim. I have one that I always call Door Guy, because I literally got it by watching a guy on the street. It was a very windy day. I was outside, and this guy came out the door, and his friend came out in front of him. When he let go of the door, the guy behind him, I guess, didn't have like his hand out. And it was really windy that day, and so it blew back to him. And he comes out, he goes, my God, you almost killed me with the door, So now every time it's like there's a character, you're like, hey, oh, well, I'll just be this guy. What the heck? Create your characters. Create your smorgasbord characters. You guys are getting this all free. That's what I'm saying right now. This is a quick time VO class. For Hawk-like hearing. So listen for different accents, different pitches. Make it so that you... when you hear somebody talk, then you imprint that and you start to create a character from that. And it's super neat, right? Like I today when we were sitting there with these people that, obviously Will and I think it was Allie, they have naturally, English accents and things like that. And of course they were also talking about the different dialects within the UK, which I think is hilarious too. And sometimes Americans just aren't the best at it because I don't know. We don't always have a hawk-like hearing, which you need to develop. You need to watch your shows, figure out what the dialects are, and then that way you can do, these terrible characters from all over the place, That was actually kind of an awful Cockney. Anyway, have an inquisitive mind. You should want to... ask the questions that help you work on this character. So so you're the final ingredient as the character. They've already designed what the character is, and all they need is the person who can actually make that voice come to life. And so you need to ask questions of them. And I'll, again, sometimes it's in the the casting breakdown where you're like, oh, okay. But yeah, that's what you do is you get inquisitive and you dig in and you figure out and you collaborate. There's times you'll be in a studio session and Yeah, exactly. Eric, I was mentioning that earlier. That's why I keep bringing up D&D. If you guys play some, games, if you're into games, you get to create your own character and be them, and it's super fun. And that leads to the next, which is have an adventurous spirit. Like, don't be afraid to try anything and frickin' everything. And why do you think the Ink Demon sounds so amazing? Because he sat there going, "What if I?" You know what I mean? So he tried something. He just went crazy with it, and it ended up being. And again, Jason Charles Miller. He mentioned that, like, the last word of the lines. Uh, thank you, Eric, for helping me out with my promo. I will get to Misty Mountain. I just want to finish this up, but yes, and number 10 would be. Sorry, I was going somewhere with that, but you try to do anything and everything, and like I said, with Jason, he was talking about how he says the line to the end. And he used the inhale as the last word, which is brilliant, and it's a great sound. It makes it sound really cool and interesting, and so there you go. That's an adventurous spirit. That's an inquisitive mind. That's hawk-like hearing. That's all of those things. Self-reliance would be one that you probably have to get used to. I know it took me a minute because you're usually alone in a booth, and maybe you're having a conversation with another character, and you're sitting there going like, "Well, what am I? What? You don't have the person to play off of, because it is different when you're sitting there talking to this other character in the game, but they're not replying, so you don't know how agitated they are or how upset. You're waiting for a director to tell you, or hopefully they'll play like an audio reply. But point is, you have to be self-reliant. You have to know that you're going to be alone in that booth, and you have to be able to talk to another person who may not be there. And then the next, second to last, would be your best Carrie or Catherine, which is basically your mid-Atlantic. They use it in like every freaking fantasy RPG game. Oh my lord, it's not fully English British accent. It's right in the middle. That's why they call it mid-Atlantic, because it's like as if the English were starting to lose their accent as they came over. But they did it in old TV and radio and stuff way, years and years ago. It would be like, "Good evening, and this evening I will be sharing with you many, many things." And so you want to be able to put that together and have those sort of, it doesn't have to be again, it's not a mid-Atlantic is not real. It's an accent, but it's not really an accent. It's that there's a tiny bit of sort of English to it, but it doesn't, like go into this, you know what I mean? It doesn't go into like the rest of it, or a deeper dialect or something like that, or accent. Obviously, there's many in exactly, it's slight, and there's many in the UK, and we all obviously a lot of Americans are just like, "Oh, hello, governor," that kind of thing, and that's just yes, there's people that speak that way, but that's not usually something that they would do, and it's pretty cheesy, so most of them will usually get a little annoyed with you. And honestly, the last of these 12 ingredients of a voice actor, which I've totally stolen all of this information, just so you know. I've had several people that I've trained with and worked with, and Andrea Toyas from Blizzard is an absolute genius, and this is actually a lot of info that I've gotten from her through her class. And Dave Fenoy always told me, just read it 3 times in your head before you even utter a word, and then read it out loud 3 times, and then do your take. And I was like, wow, that's actually, I mean, it's duh, right? You know what I mean? Like, there's sometimes you hear stuff and you go like, wow, that's actually a duh, sort of, right? But it's great advice. So there you go. There is my 15-minute long something, I guess, VO class to get you started. And yeah, that's my advice. Go do some acting. Go have some fun. Go be a character. Go dig into something and just have a freaking blast, because that's what this is all about. I absolutely love doing this. And, as Dave Fenoy would tell you, do what you love and you don't work a day in your life, and that is, that's it. That's the dream, right? I get up and do something that I'm like, grateful. Oh, thank you. Kat, I appreciate that. That's very. I'm glad it's helpful, and I hope that you. Cool. I'm glad you took some notes. That's awesome. And yes, it was super fast, but it's honestly I mean, I can't say clip that because it went too long, but yeah, hopefully this will be on demand or something if you want to share it with anybody. Um, and I realized we're supposed to be doing signing, and of course, yeah. But again, February 25th, we will absolutely do this again. But this time, we will be using the actual stuff that is sent to me so I can sign everybody's stuff from the Bendy crew and Streamily. Really appreciate them. They have been helping me put the little store together. They are reaching out to Riot, so we have the original OG characters for the Riot characters, for any of you that are into that. I want to try to find an appropriate print for Ori. Gosh, I don't know if there's any. I'm always open to suggestions if there's a character that you know of that you want. I literally had a friend of mine that was so excited about the fact that I'm the old crusty baseball manager in the Road to the Show on MLB. Well, gosh, I don't know, 19, 20, 21, 22. I've been this narrator that goes along, and so if you're into baseball, I don't know if you are. That is a game that you can play the Road to the Show where you build a character and you go, and there's a guy that comes in and says, a young prospect gets a call from a big league manager. So yeah, you'll hear me doing that. It's a sort of a Sam Elliott. I love Sam, by the way. Sam is probably, I mean, what a great voice. There's a guy they call the Dude. He lives down in Los Angeles. What a voice. Which is funny because I remember him telling the story of they told him his voice was so bad, don't talk, get parts where you don't have to talk very much. And it was and all these years later now he's known as being this, deep, beautiful voice. So, yeah, it's kind of funny how the world works, right? Hey, shoot, that's right. I did my best. I did a version of him for a game that Death by Snooze in. And it's in my demo. I think it's on my YouTube. It's around. You'll see it. And he's a dude in a wheelchair. And my name's Shooter, and all I do is kill zombies, but I'm good at it. Damn good. So yeah, that's one out there. And it's an old game. Nobody plays that anymore. Because the phones have probably advanced past. The phones are better that you can do that. So yeah. Yeah. He is a fun character. He was a fun character, and actually, the funny part of it is as I said, Death by Stu right there in chat, is the girl who actually becomes the lead of the series or whatever. But Shooters who kind of helps her out and teaches her. It's almost like her Lee. I don't know if you guys are Walking Dead fans. I made a brief appearance in a couple seasons of that, and not the TV show, the game, the video game. And yeah, Lee. So Dave Fenoy played Lee, and my friend Melissa Hutchison plays Clementine. By the way, Melissa and Gavin are probably signing right now too. If anybody's interested in that, they're Clementine and Kenny in Walking Dead, and they also have a ton of other characters that they do. Oh yeah, they're really cool people, and they're really super nice. Yeah, if any of you end up going over there, make sure to say hello for me. Yeah, Contract Killer Zombie. That was it. Yeah, zombies. It was 1 and 2, I think was, and it was. Again, it's one of those weird things, where you somebody from a game industry, and they're like, so you're doing this now, and I'm like, yeah, and then they're like, oh, why don't you do help us out? So I ended up casting and recording the characters for it, with the exception of maybe a couple of things that they their staff wanted to do or something. It's not all about connections, but yes. You know what? Here's my vital piece of VO information. And actually, this is just life. It's about relationships. Yes, it's a small world, and then obviously the more people you can't go anywhere without seeing somebody sure. But it's about relationships. I'm kind of not good at it because I know I have friends that like I said, Kenny and Melissa, I know them. And we chat every now and again. We've met for beers and hung out, but I sadly don't reach out enough. You know what I mean? I'll see them and it's always hey, and we love each other. But you know how it is. You have to. So even your producers, your maybe even your audio and shit. These are all people that you want to make sure that you have a good rapport with, and hopefully your name comes up in something, and they go, oh, okay, well, what are your choices for this character? And they may say, oh, we've got three that, we whittled it down to three people that we really like. We're trying to figure out which one works the best. And if they see your name, maybe they go, well, this guy's great to work with, I can tell you. So if that makes it any easier to make your decision, don't be a dick. It seems like dumb to have to tell anybody as advice, but yeah, just don't be a dick. Be nice to people and have a good time. And exactly, amen. I let it be the word. I hope the whole world could stop being dicks to each other. But yeah, I think that's important. I think that you have to remember that we all work in a business and industry, and yeah, sometimes it can get tough and tight, and if you have somebody that you like working with, boy, you'll probably call them again because you just really did have a good time working with them. So again, it's relationships. And again, it is work too. Like I said, you have to put in the time. You have to take the acting classes. You got to get your microphone set up, get your practice reads, make your demo, because the demo is, everybody has to have one. Most of the time you're auditioning something that they're sending you, so they don't really care what your demo sounds like, but you have to have one. Like I said, it's on my website. I have a couple demos up there because you have to have them. Are they good? One of them's pretty good. The other one is not so good. My character work is not the best. I've kind of slapped that one together a little more myself. However, I have friends that help me out with the commercial one, and that one sounds great. And you're right, but you do have to have the skills when you're called on. But yes, absolutely. And that's one thing I always prided myself is, they'd say we're not even really sure how we're going to make this work, and then I'd get in the studio and they'd say, well, this is what we're trying to achieve, and it's like, well, then let's do it. What about this? The collaboration factor is wonderful because you get to work with people and create a character. And sometimes you're doing a lot of it ahead of time. Draven, I had a voice in mind, that, hello, how are you? But then they said, he's like pro wrestler. And so I went, hello, how are ya? And that got me into that, range where add the pro wrestler, add the Ric Flair, the Macho Man, add that kind of stuff to a guy who's already kind of gritty and down like this. Then he turns into a real fun guy. And I don't mean mushrooms. No. But yeah, that's what it is. It's putting things together, and we talked about it already, Porter being largely, there's a lot of Pooh influence, Winnie the Pooh. And then actually the funny thing was when I think it was Lauren had brought up the fact that in our session, I had drifted. Porter, when he started doing the, bye, Bobby, all that stuff, there was a moment where I got into, bye, Bobby, don't die, that kind of, and so I started sounding like the Joker or something, and that's when she was like, oh God, we're getting a little dark here. And so I had to, make sure to pull, oh, bye, Bubby, try not to die. That's how you get it. You get Pooh, and then you add these things. Exactly, my Joker arc. Honestly, I would be thrilled if they went, oh yeah, we're going to turn Porter into the bad guy. It'd be fun, Playing the bad guy is often really great for actors because we get to do things that we would never normally do. I would never be, that much of a jerk to people, but my character can. I remember my friend reaching out to me one time, and he's like, listen, I'm doing, voiceover. He's like, but I'm also going to be doing some these character things for this, that, what is it? Esports. So they have people that, play the game and stuff like that, and they'll have people that commentate. They'll have people that do it. Exactly. It's super fun. And he said, listen, I've got this audition and I'm so freaking nervous. I'm freaking out over here. And I go, what? And he's like, cause it's a good gig that I think I'd really, and I said, well, your character's not nervous, right? And he goes, oh, right, he's not. So it doesn't matter. If you walk in as that character, stay in that character and be him. You know what I mean? That way you don't feel, apprehensive about anything. Again, we go through our ingredients. You don't get freaked out about the voyeurism. You don't get freaked out about, getting self-conscious about what you're doing and having people look at you and all that stuff. The only voice skill I have is pulling off an evil. Oh, I love evil laughs, though. As a matter of fact, it's funny that you say that because I told you I stole all this, a lot of this from Andrea Toyas. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. Andrea's really, really nice, super cool person, knows Jason, Charles, all these people. They know each other because we've done meetups and stuff, and I've been there, so it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I sent her as a joke for a Christmas present one year. I sent her one of those push button things, right? Like the smart button whenever you hit it and it plays something. I had done my laugh because she had told me, she's like, you have a good evil laugh. And yes, it is malleable, and that's what it allows you to do. Anyway, but I had this laugh, and so I sent it to her, and she sent me back a thank you and said she thought it was hilarious because she could then, set it on her desk, and every time she hit it, it'd be like something to that effect. But yeah, it was kind of funny. I'm sure she's tossed it by now, but yeah, or re-recorded it with something else because you can do that, Well, that's the feeling, right? When you do it, and you're like, oh, that was amazing, And I've literally left gigs where I was feeling so good, and I'm walking out, and I'm doing the lines over again. Like I start doing it, and then I start getting worried that oh, I could have maybe done this with it, Spend time if you get an audition. It's not obviously you don't want to spend a lot of your time on it because you don't want to lose money in a sense, right? Because you could be working gigs instead of doing auditions that aren't paying you. However, if you just run in and do them real fast and they sound okay, you send it out, it's probably better though. Spend the time, really feel like you've got the character down. And then that way when they, say rolling, you're ready to absolutely just drop it on them, Yeah, you have to find balance for sure. But yeah, all right. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, you got to find balance for everything. Yeah. And that goes for, practicing and all of that. I often get kind of lazy because, I'll have lots of auditions in a day. So I'll be like, But yeah, you got to spend the time. But we did bring up, because we brought it up and somebody mentioned it earlier, and Erik did actually, existential, sorry. I do want to throw out a couple of more promos for some people that have been extremely kind to me, and I appreciate. So definitely Misty Mountain Gaming. They, if you want to get yourself a set of dice, you can go check them out and use EROC15, and you save 15%. It's not bad, And they are Misty Mountain Gaming. And then if you want to check out their Twitch stream, they actually do D&D online all the time, and you can see that at Misty Mountain Streaming on Twitch. But otherwise, it's MistyMountainGaming.com. And again, use that code and get a discount if you're into getting some dice. You should take advantage of that. So there you go. Mentioned Blaspheme, mentioned Griffin Co. Love them so much. And by the way, Griffin, I am going to make sure that I get what you need. Yeah, they really do have some cool dice designs. By the way, they made me a custom set, you guys. All right, watch out, Bendy. By the way, if anybody has a D20 on you, please get it out. Let's do it. Let's do a roll it. I think I have one of those available. I'll just redeem it myself. There we go. Bam. So let's do a roll it. Roll your D20 and put your roll in the chat. We're going to wrap it up pretty soon, so, let's have a little bit of fun here before... Woo! I got a 14... Oh, no, I got a 16. Aha! I got a 16. Oh, and I got beat by a 17 by Frisky. So there you go. Frisky, I believe, is going to make an appearance in the charity stream that'll be on Fabled 42. I mentioned it. I think it is... Hold on, I'm going to look at the date. I think it's the 17th of February, so another... Well, that's like 2 weeks away? A week away? Week and a half? No, it's almost 2 weeks. Anyway, yeah, but Fabled 42, I see a 16 and 9. So far, Frisky's got it. I'm going to assume that Frisky wins. But thanks for rolling with me. I appreciate it. But yes, they did make me some dice. They made me ones with, if you notice the logo over on to my right, the broadcast, they made a set I hope this does the focus thing right. With my logo as the 20. So super cool. Loving it, loving it, loving it. I demand another try. Oh, all right, we're rolling again. Okay, let's do this. Let me get my broadcast dice here. Oh, I'm out. I got a 2. I don't know if they're going to be selling the broadcast dice on their site. They asked me, and I said sure, but they haven't told me whether or not going to go around to it. But we'll see. They may be available to everybody if you want them. This is an obsidian set, and I think obsidian's cool. I like the stone sets a lot. By the way, somebody who often comes in here and hangs. Oh, wait a minute. G-Dub rolls in with an 18. I think we have a winner. Let the people demand them. Sure, why not? Go to Misty Mountain Gaming and tell them that you want the broadcast dice, and they will. I'm sure they will print them up, no problem. Yes, the beard. Thank you, Frisky. Actually, wait, can I beard it myself? But we are trying to get a set that has the beard as the 20. But it looks so tiny, or when it is so tiny. So getting that to look appropriate on a, oh wait, trying to make sure my mouth. Okay. Anyway, beard it. You'll be able to get those emojis when you follow and stuff like that. So you almost won until G-Dub rolled back exactly for the win. He did that indeed. But I won't take up a lot of time. Again, if you haven't, if you have bought stuff, I'm gonna make it right for you and get a hold of me, and we'll send you out a shirt or something. And thank you for doing it. And again, thank you to Lauren, Lonnie, the Meatly. Obviously, it's their game. All of the hair flip. I love it. G-Dub. I don't know. Those that know me will probably go do some golf or something for a few. But anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. And are you kidding me? The Meatly is here? Come on, dude. We've never met, so I can gush all day long, but don't know, yeah. Anyway, hi. Yeah. So February 25th, for sure, we will be signing stuff, because by then we will have that stuff here to do so. And I'm very excited for it, because I'm very excited to push this game, you guys, Bendy and the Dark Revival. And of course, if you haven't played the first one, Bendy and the Ink Machine. Available on Steam. Go get them. And thank you to the Meatly. This is incredible people. Wow, I'm blown away that you showed up. This is really cool. Oh, that's funny to fangirl. This is so funny. But yeah, thank you so much. That's awesome. I really appreciate you coming by. No, we've never met, but yeah, we'll have to do that someday. I would love that. And thank you. I really appreciate. I love Porter so much, and the writing. You did all the writing, or you and your team did all the writing. So thank you, because that was super super fun. And working with Lauren and getting to I love the try not to die, Bobby. Oh my goodness, that just made me laugh so hard. He's almost dismissive for a second, Oh, thank you, Cartoon Kitty. I really appreciate that. That Egg Demon, hello, how are you? Yeah, the Meatly, I can't even believe that. We the Meatly rolled in and said hello, and then said, I did all right, so that's awesome. I really can't even believe it right now. I'm Arby's right now. We have the meats. We do indeed. We have the Meatly. Oh, man, we got to record that and then give it to him. Let him use it. We are the Meatly, or something like that. Anyway, that'd be funny. Get that Ving Rhames thing going. Well, I was trying to wrap it up, and now Meatly's here. Now everybody wants to stay in chat. That's amazing. Thanks, Catalyst. I thank you, and obviously the Meatly. I'm sure you meant that for him, for them. But yeah, that's awesome. That's super. It's a good crew. And like I said, Lauren, she's obviously fierce. She really was. Thank you, that Egg Demon. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was super fun, and again, for anybody that just showed up late and hasn't heard my spiel, February 25th for sure we will be doing another signing, whether it's all cast or just me or a variety, we will be doing that. Those of you that have already bought something, please personally message me, and I want to sweeten the pot by sending you at least a T-shirt or something. Um, you know, to make it up to you. So I'll be sending out those shirts. I don't have, they're not Bendy's, you know what I mean? They're mine. They're Erik Braa shirts. But, you know, oh, thank you, that Egg Demon. I appreciate the follow. You know, I'll be there. Thank you, Catalyst. I'm glad to know that. Yes, I know you'll be there because you're a badass. And unless you're unless you're one of the actors and I didn't know. Oh, okay. So you're looking for your. Oh, yes, of course. I want it to be signed. I want to sign it for you, and I wish I could right now. It's just like I said, I don't know if I'm the bad guy or not, but the Discord, I don't think I have a thing set up for that. Let me see if I can find the Discord before we go, because I definitely want to invite you guys to come into the Discord and hang out. It's the broadcast, I believe. So hold on one sec. I'm waiting for that to boot up. Rain nor shine will prevent me from being there. Yes. Hello, Leela. What do you say you and I knock some very sensual boots? Sorry, big fan of Billy West. By the way, I got to meet him recently. Just for a second, you know, but oh my God, so cool. Really, 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 really like that guy. And he was so kind. It just, oof. And the funniest thing was the way it happened, because we were at a con and I was invited there because because Misty Mountain Gaming was selling dice at the con, and they said, why don't you come and hang out at our booth? And I said, sure. And they're like, bring stuff to sign if you want. And I'm like, well, nobody's going to know I'm there. You know what I mean? I'm just going to be hanging at this booth. And actually I ended up signing for a couple of people, but that's only because I almost had to force them. I'm kidding. But anyway, where was I? We did stuff at the con, and I went to go see him, and you beat me to it. Gosh darn it, I was right there. Join the Discord and jump in there, and then you can message me anytime you need to. So yeah, sorry to all the people that might have already left, and I should have said that a long time ago. I didn't even think about that. Derp. Of course I can have you message me through there. So yes, join the broadcast Discord, and then that way, again, you can contact me right away. We do roll it. You know, we roll the D20 all the time. It's a simple command. It's the /R. It'll pop up with a list, and then you put in 1d20, and it'll give you a 1d20 roll. So you can, you know, have fun on a day just for a minute. We have the bra tender, which is all about like certain drinks that we all enjoy. There's sections that haven't really been messed with too much. We even have a cosplay area. If you're a cosplay person and you do cosplay, throw some photos in there. We'd love to see what you're doing. Yeah, I know. Well, Discord can get, it can get to be much. You'll get pop-ups from all the different servers, and you're just like, oh, there's so much. So yes, I know. And by the way, Fable 42 has one too. So I'm sure there's, you know, once you're on that, you can get onto all the other ones, I suppose. Something. I don't know. At least you'll meet people from the different servers. But yeah, that's a good way to get a hold of me. And again, there's also sleepy time, story time, all these different little sections that you can talk about. And we also do that. Again, I do the streaming on Tuesdays and Thursday nights usually. And my good friend Death by Snoop Snoop is usually joining me so that it's not me rambling like this forever. But I was just trying to keep everybody as entertained if I can. Which is why I'm like, oh, okay, I should wrap it up because I'm starting to fade. It's been a long day. We started like, 9 something? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that you you don't mind me rambling. I appreciate that. I'll take a sip for that one. But yes, Snoo Snoo often joins me. And then, of course, G-Dubs, actually, he's been on the show before. But we also found out last week, I tried to do, if anybody here is looking at the rest of my my other videos and stuff. Oh, I'm glad it's a treat. Thank you. That's awesome. They're good to listen while drawing. Oh yeah, no, I get you on that one. That's for sure. But gosh, where was I? I was just talking about something. But anyway, yeah, exactly. It's been a long day. And I want to enjoy this beer and get silly. But I thank you all, and I will absolutely. Oh, Oh, I forgot to finish my story about Billy West. Sorry, let me finish that because I do want to finish this because I thought it was hilarious. There was a Billy West moment on like the next day that they were having like a what do you call it, panel or whatever, but it's just Billy West and Dude, right? And they're talking about obviously all of the amazing characters that Billy West has done. And we were talking, the M&Ms for crying out, let alone all the Futurama and Ren and Stimpy and all of this stuff, right? And we're all gushing because, we're fangirling. It's the guy. And my girlfriend looks at me and she's like, hey, do you want to? And I was like, I'm not bothering, guy. Like I could see he's like kind of wrapping it up and they're going to take him out the side door to, to the green room or whatever. And so we're like, okay, fine. So we go walking away and leaving the little theater area, the room or whatever, the hall. And I see a friend of mine who runs a comic shop here in town. He's my comics guy, Brian Hibbs, who is actually well known in the comics industry. He's a really, really good guy and knows the comics business inside and out. Anyway, just Lord, So we said hello to him, and then he was finishing his thing, and we left. And I looked over and I said, do you want to get a water or something? And it was like, yeah, let's go. So we walk over this little area and they have it sort of sectioned off where you go in, you grab whatever you want, and then there's registers on the way out. We're grabbing the waters and we go to the register and somebody sets down this. And now I know it's chocolate ice cream, soft serve, but it's in the bowl and it seriously looks like the emoji almost, right? And it's that dark even, it's not like a light brown chocolate. It's like a dark. Anyway, and maybe it's yogurt. I don't know. Anyway, the point is he sets it down and I look at who it is and it's Billy West. And I just watched his panel, right? I said, Billy, I'm sorry to bother you. I know that you, I know that this is, outside the form or whatever, but I want to tell you how much of an inspiration you are. I literally do voiceover now professionally and you were, a major driver for that and your characters and my love for your characters. And he goes, oh, man, isn't that great? Well, thanks, man. And like shakes my hand and my girlfriend's hand. He like went out of his way. Like he was a very, very nice person and awfully sweet. And I was just like, oh, and of course, fangirling and all, I probably couldn't string anything intelligent together further. I was like, oh, I'm just going to go now. Plus, he's in between things there, so I doubt he needs anybody bugging him too much. But it was funny, and so got to shake his hand and really enjoyed it, and really enjoyed him. And he's a wonderful guy, and I think that's the thing, man. Have fun, do a job you love doing, and sorry, I'm getting all misty now. Yeah, you get moments like this, and I thank all of you for coming and sharing that with me. Again, we'll do February 25th, and all right. I think I'm done. My thanks to my brothers in Cryptic Memories, which is the music that you hear in and out of this show, or might be on Spotify or something. I don't know. Wherever you get your stuff, go check us out. There's a couple links if you want to check out the band. And my absolute love to all of you. I can't thank you enough. I am so grateful to. Oh, what's happening? Oh, you got those wolves like Porter. Woo! Wee! Ha ha! Oh, as I wipe the tears from my eyes, you guys, that's just for you. I absolutely love you. And the GIF, I can't thank the artist enough for putting that together. I'm so happy that I meant to actually play that like an hour ago. Thank you, Spence, for giving me a follow. I appreciate it. You guys, I love you so much. I'll wait for that to dismiss before I give you my. Oh, good Lord. I really am actually kind of. Thank you. Hello, ML Spence 3D. Arinko, Skylia, and Halfus for making it. Yes, thank you. Awesome. Okay, guys. I'm so glad that you came by. I hate to be like wrapping it up for you to now jump in, and it's like, oh, come on. But again, Feb 25th, we will be doing something, whether, again, if I'm not in the full casting, which I'm pretty sure I will be, we will be doing another one of these either way. And maybe we'll do another, improv or impromptu voice acting class again. Although technically you've heard the class, so I don't know if you're really gonna hear it again. But as always, if you want to join the Discord, it is still in the chat somewhere up there, or I can try again. Jump in there. You guys can message me, and actually, I just realized I should do that. I should add a channel just for a text channel just for VO advice. So I'll do that, and then that way, if you are somebody who is wanting to do VO, then we can have a little chat inside the broadcast Discord. And again, you can always ask any questions you want. And February 25th, I will be sure to answer them live and sign live, as well as, I'm always here. Oh, thank you, Callus. I really appreciate that. All the good vibes I can get is wonderful. So yeah. Anyway, now that I've gone like an hour and 20 minutes, I think we can call it a quit and say thank you. Thanks, ML Spence. I'm sorry if you just got in and we haven't heard anything, but we did an impromptu voiceover class, beginner voiceover, and ideas and things of characters, and we messed around with, I don't know, doing voices for, or lines for people. I did all of those, right? I just want to make sure I didn't miss any. No, I got try not to die. Oh yeah, it was hello, Wally. Goodbye, Wally. And the last one, or the main one was, hello, I'm Porter. I work at a shop now, here to help. Look, they gave me a badge with my name on it in case I forgot. Very helpful, as that does happen. No, it doesn't work. I'll call you Bobby. Goodbye, Bobby. Try not to die, everybody. I love you all. Thank you so much. And again, we will be doing this again. And of course, if you want to come back anytime, like I said, we do Tuesdays and Thursdays. We sit and have a couple of beers. It does get inappropriate at times, so obviously mature ratings. But yeah, come hang out with us and chat and all of that stuff, because there's other people in here that that I'm mentioning right away. Like when I said Existential showed up, great people that come and hang out all the time, and it's really fun. We have a good time when we talk about everything. So yeah, nice. Thank you, Catalyst. Thank you to everybody. The Meatly, can you believe dude stopped by here? Like, come on. So I'm blown away. What a fun time. Cartoon Kitty, thank you. I really appreciate y'all coming by. All right, I better wrap this thing up. I'm a bundle of emotions over here, and I love you all. And I know that sounds silly because everybody's like, you love everybody. I really appreciate y'all, and I appreciate you coming by. This is super cool. Thanks, Sketchy. Thank all y'all. I really thank you so much. Goodbye, everybody. Try not to die. Oh, Froogie shaking his booty. All right.